Did they prove they're actually the biggest threat to the Warriors right now out West?
I can't believe I'm saying this because I didn't believe in the Nuggets. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And for a very specific reason.
Okay.
You know, remember that scene from Hoosiers where Gene Hackman's talking to the team, and this is going way back to the 80s, kids, but it's a classic sports movie. And he's trying to tell them to forget about the big stage, right? The ball is the same size, the hoop is the same distance from the free throw line, all that kind of stuff. In other words, there's no real home court advantage in terms of the confines of the field of play in basketball, the way there is in baseball, you know, where the outfield fence is different, the way there is in football, where the weather conditions can be different. That doesn't exist the same way in basketball, except, and Masai Ujiri, now the guy running the show in Toronto, figured it out. There is a way to take advantage of home court in Denver. And he went out and made a team that was 10 deep and ran everyone out the building. Because when you go mile high, the atmosphere is thin. That affects guys, right? This Denver team has a real home court because those guys are acclimated to the atmosphere and others are not. It's an actual home court advantage. So home court for them creates a problem for anyone. Look, they now have won the season series against the Thunder. That's over. Okay? They're second in the West. Quiet has kept their one game off the pace of the Warriors. If the Nuggets somehow have home court throughout the Western Conference playoffs, yes, they have a chance. They're a sleeper team. I cannot believe I'm saying it.
Well, here's the deal. Nobody's making the argument that they don't have a chance. I love the young talent on this squad. And Jokic, everybody's been talking about him, MVP candidate. He dropped 36 last night. He's been sensational this year. He's definitely a top 5 league MVP candidate in my estimation based on the success of the Denver Nuggets and how they've been playing. But here's why I'm not sold, and I'm not riding with you on this. The Denver Nuggets are, what are their record, like 42-18? The Denver Nuggets are 27-4 at home. They're 15-14 on the road. They're 15-14 in their 5%. And no matter how formidable they are at home, keep in mind that's the regular season. Come playoff time, palms get sweaty, backsides get tight. When the pressure mounts. And you got a relatively young squad. Now, here's a guy that, and you got to give me credit for this, Max. I love this dude. Everybody been talking about Jokic. I'm a Jamal Murray fan.
Yeah, sure.
I love this brother. I mean, he had 4 3-pointers last night, some clutch shots. He's just a shot maker. He is Jamal Murray. You can't find a bigger fan in the NBA of Jamal Murray than me. Everybody know he can play, but you can't find a bigger fan of his than me.
You've been loving him.
I'm a part of that fan club. I've always liked him. Will Barton and those boys, Gary Harrison, them, they can ball.
I got a name you haven't mentioned yet.
I love me and Millsap and his veteranship. All of that matters. But I'm a Jamal Murray guy. That's who I love.
Stephen A., who's my dude in the NBA? Who's my favorite? I'm not saying he's the best. He's my favorite.
Well, I want
to watch.
Russell
Westbrook.
Yeah.
That's right.
And you know who he replaced? Isaiah Thomas.
That's right.
Because this little dude,
no question.
in a land of giants, my man is back shooting 5 threes a game and hitting 40% of them.
Right. That's right. No question. But I'm just telling you, when I look at Jamal Murray, man, I just believe in this brother. And now, but having said that, they're still young. And you can't tell me that a championship contender with veterans can't go and win a game in Denver. See, but can you go on the road and win? They're not a good team. Mike Malone is doing a sensational job. By the way, I need to apologize to him. I keep saying Nate McMillan, Mike Budenholzer, Coach of the Year. Mike Malone is in that conversation for Coach of the Year. Those are the top 3 Coach of the Year candidates in the entire NBA. Mike Malone, Budenholzer, and Nate McMillan, without question. But those are the top 3 Coach of the Year candidates.
Budenholzer and Malone have
Mike
talent
Malone,
on the team.
Listen, unlike Yeager in Sacramento, because even though he's doing a decent job, he was lucky to get that job after what happened in Memphis. Mike Malone has been underappreciated, underrated, and deserves our respect and our praise for the job that he has done this year. But on the road, because they're a young team, they have the home court advantage over Oklahoma City. I think Oklahoma City would beat them. They would meet in the second round, because they're the 2 and the 3 seed right now.
They've done very well against Oklahoma City.
I know that. They're the 2 and the 3 seed right now. I believe Oklahoma City would beat them in the postseason because I believe they would steal a game in Denver.
Look, I think that you're right about this. Young teams usually have to learn to win on the road, whatever that means,
Yeah.
right? And I've talked to a lot of guys about this through the years. Is it the dealing with the travel? Is
The
it
routine,
blocking out
yeah,
distractions, routine, whatever it is? Even I mentioned like the basketball court dimensions don't change, but sight lines change and different things you're used to that affect muscle memory. So young teams generally do. First, they have to make the playoffs, then they learn to win on the road and stuff like that. And maybe you can apply that to the Nuggets. But I've been waiting for Denver to fall apart all season.
Yeah.
And they just locked up home court if they ever face Oklahoma City, and they're one game away from having home court throughout the Western Conference playoffs. I mean, and it's not even so much that they are built perfectly to take advantage of the mile high, like the atmosphere. It's that they're used to playing it. They're literally like the oxygen in their blood has adapted to it. No one else has.
But I would remind you, I forgot how large the lead was last night. I think it was like 18, 19, whatever it was. I watched some of the game, but I didn't watch all of it. But I do know this, Oklahoma City was down. And they came back and they tied that bad boy before Denver ultimately pulled away. So
Millsap.
Yeah, that's right.
So there's a veteran who knows how to win on the road.
That's right.
And they got Millsap.
Millsap is underrated, underappreciated as well because he's a veteran.
But
I'm
Houston
telling
and
you,
OKC are more playoff
But
savvy,
I
clearly,
think
than Denver.
that here's what it comes down to. Can Houston or Oklahoma City go into Denver and steal a game? Yes.
Yes, they can.
The
But
answer is
here's
yes.
the question: is Denver a legit sleeper?
Well, I don't think they were sleeping.
Not a sleeper anymore. Now we know about him. All right.